That's what I was trying to add.
Yeah.
Failure just becomes the learning curve. Like all the lessons, if you have well documented them, they stand as revenue in the future.
Yeah.
9K5.
9K5 Studio.
Welcome to 9K5 Studio. I'm your one and only Mr. Amos Sir. In our studio today, we have an exciting entrepreneur and upcoming millionaire. He's been doing his thing, and today we are about to share his story on a podcast, and we're going to elaborate on all kinds of things. This guy is actually quite famous, more than I think he knows that he is famous, because I've heard about him
Imagine.
more than, like I knew him before he knew that I knew him, and sometimes like we came across him, but I didn't know it was him, but yeah. So, sir, thank you for coming to 9K5 Studio. Would you please introduce yourself to our viewers, YouTubers, and so on?
And the
there's your
world.
camera and the world, and there's your camera there.
All right. This is Sthabiso Mbatha. Yeah, an ordinary guy who does ordinary things in an extraordinary way.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's who I am.
Yeah, no, lovely. Yeah, I mean, what you say is actually quite true, because, actually, let me start here.
Yeah.
How I found out that there's a guy called the Muffin Guy, right, was through a friend, but at the time I was like, oh, all right, he's selling my muffins, he's doing a business and so on, but then the one thing is, they kept on saying it, and everybody will say this, and then you just, like, man, this guy he must be onto something, you know what I mean? So, I just want to ask you, on today's podcast, as we kind of like discussing you and the business side of things and how you came about, where does the business side of you actually start, and where does it come from?
Fortunately, I had been pondering on this question for the longest of time.
Yeah.
Because I went on a personal discovery.
Okay.
I had thought I knew myself, but there are situations that were forcing me to actually dig deeper to getting to know who the real nigga is.
Yeah.
Because it is easy to find that we are occupied by the things that we grow around.
Mm-hmm.
But who are you without those things? Because if you can really think about where the world is coming from, we are coming from a generation of war-orientated activity.
Yes,
so
true.
When those people are born during that time, their strengths are seen throughout the wars.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was born during that time, who would Nkululeko Sthabiso be?
Oh, yeah.
That was my question. So I actually started tracing back to my primary years.
Okay.
So primary, I was this guy who spent most of his time in his father's shop.
All right. Yeah.
Then I started developing habits of entrepreneurial activity.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You started seeing money come in.
Yeah, like handling money.
Yeah.
As much as the shop wasn't doing as much, but I would like randomly take the cash up book, add up the whole numbers.
Okay.
But we're making a fortune. It's just that you won't see it. And if we're looking at the aggregate side of things, we're actually making a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started being exposed in that manner, and I started my first venture when I was in grade 5.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Then I was selling chips then, and I was providing competition for the school tuck shop.
Yeah.
Which later put me into trouble because I was infringing the laws.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily, again, there was no law that was set before until I started doing what I was doing.
Okay. Yeah. No, lovely story. I relate a little bit. Mine wasn't like a hectic business or running my uncle's store or anything. I did have uncles who had like spaza shops and so on the side. I remember, I think when I felt that I could have a business one day, I don't know if you know chestnuts. It's so
these big brown.
the big brown nuts.
Yeah.
They actually come from, if I'm not mistaken, the United States or Italy.
Wow.
They grow there like insane. So over the history of people traveling and so on, they've managed to come to South Africa, and now there's a couple of people that are actually planting them, and we have a couple of trees as well. They taste quite different, obviously, if you have not had them like for the first time, you know. So one day I took nuts to school, and it's like back in the day, you know what I mean? And I sold one nut for like 10 cents, you know.
And the reaction.
When mate, I had a couple of coins. I was like, you know what? I could do this every day. And that's like, that's kind of like the feel that I had when I had that kind of like experience. Like, okay, entrepreneurship, it's
an element in each and everything we do.
You know what I mean? And it's something that I didn't get taught, and it just kind of like, just came about, you know?
It pulled up on you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there wasn't somebody to see that and say, hey, you have a business idea, you got a business mindset, let's grow this, or let's push that direction. So it's kind of like, unfortunately, it dies on the way, and it's like,
because there are a lot of things that pull up.
Yeah,
School.
and by that time, you actually don't even think that you were running a business, or you are actually having a business mentality. Just like, I'm just having fun, just making a couple of coins. In order for you to succeed, you know, many people, I think obviously right now, we kind of like cutting your story quite short, you know. I'm sure there's a whole biography you would say. It's a long story, you know, how you came about. Just cutting it short, what are the key elements that you have left out in your life to succeed in your business so far?
There was this guy called Bob Proctor.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I know.
He helped me find a definition as to what success is.
Okay.
By referring to archives of the like of L. Nightingale.
Yeah.
The guy who said success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea. Yeah. So when I discovered that my calling is mainly entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship, the last stage of it is just owning a big business and investing. Yes. That was polished over the years, like reading the books of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Because they show you, okay, by you selling these chips, it's just you getting yourself some pocket money. It's like self-employment at a bigger league. Yeah. But now there's a next step. Build a business. Employ people, create systems. So me assuming that role of structuring whatever that I was doing, that's where my success journey began. Because I knew where I was going, and I still know where I'm going, and I'm just in a process. And all of these things were tested along the lines. Like primary, I was tested. I had to choose between being the school's head boy or carry on with my business. All right. Yeah. Being a high position person, you cannot be infringing the school's
rules. Yeah.
And since that passion wasn't as strong as now, I had to sacrifice the business.
Oh, okay.
In order to be like a head boy.
Oh, all right.
Again, grade 10, when we had to start choosing subjects, my friends were like, I'm going to physics, I'm going to physics, I'm going to physics. Yeah. And NS, I was like doing exceptionally well, but I was like, that's not where I am going.
Yeah, true.
I chose tourism instead of physics
Okay.
and mainstream commerce.
Mm.
And I found out that this was part of my journey, and
Yeah.
it's slowly shaping up
Yeah.
who I'm working towards, learning about exchange rates, learning about different locations, learning about shuttles. Way before I even came to university, I was like, damn, I was way ahead of myself. As much as peer pressure could have the best of me, I think that that strong like understanding of who I wanted to be like helped me like be in the right direction.
But even with being a head boy, it came with its own benefits. Even though you sacrificed the business, I'm sure it's like something that you wouldn't just throw away and say like, nah. But you know what I mean? Because I wish we was a head boy, but then I mean, never dreamed that it came true.
But I'm sure you are aware that if you are not fully aware of what you're doing, you just end up riding that wave. Because I wouldn't say I used that head boy banner as
much as you wanted to.
I used it knowing where I'm going. But luckily it brought me closer to the founders of the school. Like the relationship became strong. So I can now go back there and be like, so I'm in this entrepreneurial journey and I'm trying to build a business. Which part of you building the school can contribute to the lessons I can learn, you see? So it in a way put me in a great position. I can always reintroduce myself by just pointing at the wall and say, I am part of history. And this is what I'm willing to contribute.
I'm really quite happy that you in high school you actually found your direction where you want to go at an early stage, and you loved it. Some of us, unfortunately, we had to follow subjects that were like mainly because they were quite popular. So we end up doing that, and at the end of the journey, we're like, that's not, you know what I mean? That's not for me. And so we kind of like sometimes learn the hard way, but then it's life. So we go through that. You mentioning rich dad, poor dad, which was like one of the questions on our ask, because entrepreneurs are quite invested in that. I saw a photograph of you and Vusi. Is he a mentor? Are you quite invested with him as well?
He's not a mentor that knows that he's a mentor.
Oh, okay.
It's somebody that I followed from afar, and when an opportunity came whereby he was going to launch his book, Vusi Tembewayo, after the Magna Carta, and I had already bought both of the books. So when he was coming on campus, I was like, let me just approach the program organizers and ask to run a kiosk for that evening, because the refreshments were not being served. Knowing very well and being conscious of the fact that that won't make me sales or money, because people don't usually bring money to such events. I had to advertise the event plus that Umpaga will be running a kiosk. So that how the opportunity to finally meet him and take a picture with him pulled up on me.
Great.
So it's a matter of putting myself up, setting myself up for those meaningful meetups, hookups.
So you took that key opportunity that you saw, like there's an opening window, and then you jumped in and executed it. Now, great stuff. Would you say it's a guy that you do advise somebody to look into and follow some of his steps or advice?
The nice thing about life is that we can choose whoever we want to associate with. And with the enhancement of technology and internet, I can have a mentor in the United States if I wanted.
True.
And not to say that fixate yourself to one character.
Yeah.
Because people are made up of different things. But if there's an opportunity to learn from someone, learn.
Yeah.
Like, learn. And since that person is in the sphere you're in, that person has something to teach you.
Yeah.
And to be specific with Vusi, there's a saying that I ended up developing, is that if you hate Bushiri, if you hate ambitious entertainment, if you hate Vusi,
Yeah.
I think you are missing the whole point if you are seeking to be a businessman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a matter of just seeing them at your level,
Yeah.
more than listening just to the content they produce.
Okay.
It's like how the followers of Jesus end up missing the whole point about Jesus. Jesus could have been a mentor to you, bruh. Like, you can see him to that level.
Right.
But now we are so underneath him that you are only focusing on the wonders he's doing.
Yes. Yeah.
But there's an opportunity to learn the character behind the wonders.
Hey,
so
sir.
yeah, that's the focus that I'm trying to shift people to.
Yeah.
That you can see all the things that I've made and still making.
Yeah.
But don't put me in a pedestal whereby you don't even learn from the character
yes.
I am, and you get too consumed by the things I made.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's my analysis.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Learning from my characters and not being consumed by what I produce.
Yeah, because what we produce can only live to a certain extent.
Yes.
And you find the likes of, there's this guy, Author. Author is the founder of Chappies Bubblegum.
Yeah.
But if you are too consumed by the Chappies Bubblegum, you won't even trace back.
Wait.
Where is it coming from?
Yeah,
why is this thing dominating our childhood? Because Chappies was really something during our junior years.
Definitely.
But now, understanding the person I'm trying to be, I mustn't focus on the Chappies, because the Chappies can just fade away. But the character
of
behind
that individual,
story, yes.
No, true. Yeah, I hope people are taking notes, man. Hey, you're coming on fire up in here.
Yeah, I'm even sweating.
Jeez, yeah. And we'll get you a fan soon.
Oh,
I want to know, what are the extraordinary things, maybe not extraordinary, but stuff that stand out to you that your business has helped you achieve them?
Number one is showing me and proving to me whatever I seek can be achieved. What the mind has seen can be brought into life. You can assume a position of, not to undermine God, but you can be in the position of God, whereby the word can become flesh. Something material, something that people can touch. Because I remember the first time I actually inquired about how I can start supplying societies and the university itself. I had never even sold a bulk of those muffins. Like maybe I was a week into business and selling one by one. But my mind was already looking up the main building and was like, one day I want to cater for these events. And I just went on starting to inquire, like, people in decision making. And that, not so long ago, has come to reality, whereby I could supply the school. My bank statement could show NMMU.
Results.
Like, if I look back and trace back from 12 months ago, that wasn't a reality. But now, even the bank account wasn't there, the business bank account. But 12 months later,
now you can see
it's and it has the transaction from the big
Look
university.
at you, like, flexing on us.
Never mind the figures, like just the name.
Yeah. No, lovely, man. You know, one thing I think maybe some people as well is, the struggle of starting something is seeing the results of it before it actually happens.
Yeah.
And it's got to do, I would say it's got to do the mindset. If your mindset's not correct, you're going to find it very difficult to get your, because there's a lot of failures that you come across, along the way. And a lot of like backtracking and then stuff that you got to fix. And you having your vision and sticking to it and making sure that it matures is quite something. It's quite good. Many of us fail, and we fail hard, and I think failure is part of what helps you to succeed.
Of course, that's what I was trying to add. Failure just becomes the learning curve. Like all the lessons, if you have well documented them, they stand as revenue in the future. Because I was looking at my journey now. I'm transitioning to main business, mainstream business, outside student entrepreneurship. How about I start writing a book about student entrepreneurship and sign out?
That's a good idea.
You see,
that's a good idea.
If I didn't document those journeys, take pictures of me selling one by one, and just show this final product of having a stall, a perfect outlook. Even the students won't relate, because the people who knew me in the university space would have long gone. They might have been parents and showing their kids maybe in TV that I used to go to school like this.
I see where you're going back to the character, not the content.
The product.
I see. Hey, see you.
It's long.
Hey, mate. I saw, obviously you've been doing quite well, and you had some features like the Herald, and I looked, I was like, hey, they say you're cooking a storm up in here. I was like, mate, hey, you know what I mean?
These people.
Hey, dude. I also wanted to know, what sort of other business are you involved in apart from the muffins that you're making?
Fortunately, again, is that I learned soon that one has to have multiple income streams in order to sustain anything that they want, and not wait until you are forced to actually take that direction. Because there's this concept I came with. It is based on an image of a tree. The stem representing me and my net worth. But now, for the stem to be strong, it has to have multiple roots feeding it, so that my expenditures, which happen to be the branches, can be strong too. And each and every expenditure has a potential income stream. If you're buying data, a part of it must present itself as a potential income stream. So automatically, I find myself in a setup whereby I have to have multiple income streams to feed the dreams and desires I have. So one of the businesses I co-founded was Sthabiso Mbatha, South Africa. That again came as a problem that my business partner faced and myself once faced. Then when the idea was presented, I jumped on it. And it's just providing bar fridges to the student population. And looking at the current problem whereby let's say 15 students are sharing a fridge. Theft is a problem. Hygiene is a problem. Religious beliefs whereby people are stashing alcohol into your food, and if you are really particular with your beliefs, those things shouldn't be in the same place. And being conscious of the fact that what you see on the outer body is mainly what we eat. Food is a serious issue. It must be treated with privacy and security.
Yeah,
so
true.
that's what that business is standing on.
Okay.
And we want to just convert the whole setup of having people sharing fridges into personal, like, fridge units.
Okay.
And the other one is guided hustle.
Yeah.
This is slowly coming up to life,
Yeah.
and it is based from the lessons that I've been learning.
Mm-hmm.
And we are working on a diary of some sort.
All right.
But now it's gonna guide you on how to execute your goals.
Okay.
At the beginning, it will have your affirmation section.
Yes.
It will have what we call the goal achieving activities.
Okay.
Not
It's beautiful.
not a to-do list.
Yeah.
But goal achieving activities.
That's nice.
Don't put going to spa
Yeah.
into that. Like,
Okay.
put the things that you'll be doing today
Mm-hmm.
that matters on the bigger goal
Okay.
that you set at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
that you set at the beginning of the month. Because each and every month will just have a clean slate whereby you have to put your own goals.
All right.
And
All right.
it will just bite from the world's achievers, just maybe 2 lines,
Yeah.
whereby you just quote them and allow you to express yourself
And
as to
And anybody can be participants, or is only like for students?
For everyone.
Okay.
It is going to be available. Like, we are aiming to put it in your CNAs and your whatever.
Okay. Gee.
And there's the last part whereby you have to reflect on your day.
All right.
We give you an allowance to reflect, and
Okay.
also that financial section.
Yeah.
Whereby each and every transaction you make in a day, you represent money in or money out. You end up having a mini income statement at the end.
Okay.
So if you are continuously spending money and not making
money,
you start seeing the pattern. And don't be shocked by the end of the day or the end of the year when you have debt, negative figures into your bank account. It was visible from each and every day that you just took trips that didn't lead up to anything.
Yeah.
You spent money on something that wasn't converted to potential income. So we are busy with that.
All right. From what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing from your idea is, it's also gonna need people that are really willing to sacrifice a lot as well. Or like they really need to engage, because if you're not serious, you're not gonna have time to reflect or actually work that financial section. Because if you're not serious, it's not going to work, is it?
Yeah, it won't, because a part of it is you spending most of the time alone. Setting a goal, you have to consult less with other people, because it becomes about you. And when another person is bringing in inputs, it's going to be clear to you, where do you stand? Do you stand with your goals, or you stand with what is being proposed to you? So in a way, it's like an anchor. It will keep you grounded, disciplined, and goal oriented.
Yeah. One of your quotes I've picked up, it open quotes. It says, "You need to invest time and make a lot of sacrifices." Close quote. What does that mean to you? And can you elaborate a little bit more for those who don't know what sacrifice means and time?
There's another saying that says, credibility is built over time. Therefore, stay longer.
Yes.
So, for you to sacrifice time, like, you have to be aware of the fact that your life is predominantly your goals.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to school,
Yes, sir.
that's part of your goals.
Yes.
Therefore, it occupies the whole lifetime of yours. So if you don't really make time to actually assess what you are doing, question what you are doing, invest on research and development on what you are doing, you won't achieve. You just end up like just flowing with the waves.
Oh, yeah,
So
very true.
the emphasis on time is not to say that time really matters, but as a measure of a day, I just challenge that individual to be like, can you reserve an hour just to question yourself? For what you want at the end of the day.
Reflecting. All right. No, it's quite clear. Quite nice, mate.
Oh, and there was the sacrifice part.
Yes. My bad.
Yes, and there's this thing that keeps on bothering me by my head is that as we are here and having this podcast, somebody is dying somewhere. Somebody is having fun somewhere. Somebody is at the beach somewhere. Somebody is driving. See, there's always an opportunity cost to whatever you do. So if you're really bothered or concerned by your future, there are things that are always at the loss side of things. Because by being here, we are losing out on being in the club. We are losing out from chilling with our girlfriends and whatever. You see, like, no matter what you do, there's already a loss taking place.
I've never looked at it like that way ever.
It's too much.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, it's already happening. It's just a matter of shifting the focus. No, I'm losing that for this.
Mate.
Yeah.
You see now, ne? Yeah, no. Lessons learned. And another quote. Open quote. You wrote them. You wrote them down. So I made my research. So I'm saying what you have said, which I really liked. You said there will be sleepless nights. Close quote.
Yeah, man.
Part of the journey, huh?
It's part of the journey, and Umpago specifically told me that if somebody has demanded something from you, a part of you will be sacrificed in a way, because you said, I bake muffins, place your orders, and when the orders come, in whatever quantity and number they are coming, a part of your sleep is mainly what goes away. And even if you are not having productive time in a manner of baking, your mind is occupied by that order. Because before an order comes to life, I have to think about the budget, where I'm getting these things, or school, how will I juggle that? Like, that's also sleepless night, because I'm sacrificing my peace of mind in order to bring that order into life. Like, a lot of mental activity will take place, because even if I'm trying to sleep, sometimes I would struggle to sleep just because I have somebody's name on the business, and I want to make sure that person receives the proper quality and service.
If I could add on to that as well, I think like sleepless nights is not like a punishment, but it's a way of you growing, and it's a sacrifice that one has to make eventually in their life, because it's just part of the journey. Because unfortunately, you can't do everything during the day. You know, some stuff have to be sacrificed and done during the night. So, if you want to be a millionaire, I guess that's
there was an observation that I pulled up with. Or it was, if they can drink all night, why can't you study all night?
True, huh?
Those are both sleepless nights.
It's easily said and it's hard to do.
But if it can strike the right chord in your head, you can be like, so having a sleepless night is a matter of what preoccupies you. Are you really excited with what you are doing? And if you're not, you're going to fall asleep.
True. Very, very true. Very. Anyone holding books? We all have. There's a story that you said when I read an article you said if you're in a car, right, and you're sitting in your car and you're stuck, and there's like 2 people, 3 people passing by, and you wind down your window and say, "Hey guys, can you help me push?" You know what I mean? The chances of those people reactions or those people helping you are probably quite slim, as you said, because there isn't an effort from you. You know what I mean? And the option was, as you say, if you stood outside your car, right, and you had one hand on the steering wheel and you started pushing, the chances are you asking those people, anyone passing by, to help you are quite slim because of the effort that you put in.
Yes. In Zulu, we have a saying that says, "Akudlula ngendlela indlu yakhiwa." You don't pass by the walkway seeing people building a house.
Yeah.
When you see them building, just spare 5 minutes, just put some work, to say, guys, as much as I'm rushing somewhere, this is my contribution to what you are doing. And it's not just to say, when I'm building my own house, some people must come and help me. But no, like it's one of those laws of nature whereby what you give out comes back, and your story in a way says, if you are building something, don't be really concerned on how it will come to an end effort, because by you starting to build it, there will be help along the way that will just pull up on you, and without you not even being aware.
I like your mindset. You know what? You go very far in life. You go very, very far in life. Because really? Sometimes, like what you just said, I wish the world was kind of like that, where the one helps the other hand as we build. Because right now, at some point, like you see someone building a house, like, oh, I wish that was my house.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Where's it gonna come from? Like,
so that mentality is brilliant, mate.
It's one of those things, bro, that you only learn from the ground.
Yeah.
And I can give you as much books as I can, but if you're not practicing any of those things, you won't even have your own content to even put in a book.
Yeah. Now you got some solid. Your mindset is, No.
Yeah, I'm trying
mate.
every day.
You truly show that you're a business mindset, and it's really very interesting and encouraging. As relating to myself, as I'm gonna be an entrepreneur soon, so watch out for the space. This man is teaching me a lot of stuff. When it comes to as a business grows and revenue comes in and so on, there's a lot of things that you have to look into, like advertising. How did you handle that? How was those challenges in terms of getting your brand known, your name known, and being that regular customer that people can trust with your product?
Everything that we wish for already exists somewhere. So me being an entrepreneur wasn't an idea that I came to life with, and every part of everything that we're doing, there is a similar thing that is that is happening. So since I was fascinated about business from a long time ago, I could easily see that if I don't make people aware of what I'm doing, they won't come.
True.
Like, it's pointless to even put a table and just expect people to come. Meet them halfway and inform them, like, what do you have in your possession? Because this thing about money, you might have 10 rand, but just because nobody is proposing anything to you, you come back with that 10 rand.
True.
But if there's something that seems valuable proposed to you, the 10 rand is gone. If these guys are not shouting down enough, most people might even walk to town. because I would see like people are like, I'm just gonna walk to Spa, but this guy keeps on persisting, like down. Then a part of you is like, time, like if I take this taxi, it will be really beneficial.
Just to clarify, those who don't know, town, what he's saying, town, is what our taxi industry in Port Elizabeth do to attract customers. So when you come in for the first time, it doesn't look normal, like what?
Yeah, like why are people on my case?
Exactly.
And the funny thing that usually happens that there's a guy who will push town.
Yeah.
On the last town,
he
just leaves. And your mind was almost done.
Yeah.
Like you almost gave in. And when the next taxi just comes, he only shouts town twice. And then you just jump on the taxi. And I'm like,
I've seen that happen. I've seen, one thing about those guys, the persistence is incredible.
Because they know it's all a mind game. I just have to say it long enough until I convince you that you really need.
And I like how they convince you. You walk in that direction, the taxis go in that direction, but you're still saying, hey, mate, are you going to town? I think you need to go to town.
Yeah.
They
are defying all the odds. Like, they don't want to assume on your behalf.
Yeah.
Because you might be going in a direction that you're not even going. That's how you find most of the population. Like, people are just moving. And when there's somebody proposing a genuine idea or a direction, they change course.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's a matter of how far you go with your advertising.
Yeah.
And luckily, when I came into the business industry, Chappie's Bubblegum was already doing the waves. That's the guy who even like made me want to do become accounting, because I was like, these marketing strategies, as much as I was young, like I was like, these marketing strategies are big and they're simple. Repetition eventually cracks the mind and it gets the sale done. So most of my advertising is based on that. Blow your own horn until the choir sings along. It's nice. It's nice.
Blow your own horn until the choir sings along. Damn.
Yeah.
Right. On your way to millions now, your millions. We're saying it because they are evident.
Yeah, it's coming.
There's a time where you can't work alone anymore. You need a team, How did you go about building your team and your structure and the people that you really think that you can trust? Because some business fall because they're involved with the wrong people. Maybe you've got uncles or you got brothers who are just like, well, it's family business. If we lose, we lose, whatever. And how did you go? Because I'm assuming you're not working alone at this particular time. How did you go about building the structure?
Again, right, it boils down to trial and error. You try, you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you fail.
Yeah.
And I ended up learning that I need to put systems in place to screen people and see if they are worthy for a business partnership or even employee kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And I found out that as much as I was doing Umpao as the mainstream, I would use the events whereby like there are these OK Malum Cool Cats pulling up on campus to sell Buravor, sweets, all of those things. My mind was set. You won't really make money from those, but you can train the guys that you want to work with.
All right.
And get strategies on
how they work
human
and
behavior, and what do they value? Are are they suspicious
Yeah.
when a lot of money is coming into play?
Yeah.
When I trust you with a lot of 5 friends, will you eventually steal some? And all of those are just lessons. And if the whole, let's say, total income is 5,000, it could teach me a lesson that can save me millions. And it's crazy if you look at it. But it has a lot of lessons. And you'll find that you'll instruct somebody something and they won't do it.
Yeah.
Because of their perception of what you are saying. But now when the time strikes for that thing that you asked them to do, it's not there. It's like the Boerewors. I once told my business partner to sort them out, like divide the Boerewors so that when the customers are flooding, it just puts the whole voice into the fire and just divides it properly.
Yes.
With all the costs and
involved,
proper managements are sorted. But it just did a few of it. And the event went on until the party was over. And when the party is over, people are drunk.
They want food.
They want some sort of munchies. And they're flooding into our table now. I'm like...
You ready? And...
He's not.
Oh, boy.
He wasn't ready.
Oh, boy. Jeez.
See, now he's just cutting, no measurements, no... I'm like, okay, this is a lesson, but now I won't be hard on you because I've already walked that path before you.
Yes.
It's a matter of if you can readjust yourself and learn a few things and relearn, we are good to go. And we eventually ended up working with him because even the fridge business, I'm running it with him. And the guided hustle, I'm running it with him.
Yeah.
He is my guy.
Okay.
I'm like, this guy is always willing to unlearn and relearn.
That's
and
very
at
nice.
the same time,
that's
I'm also learning from him. Because he represents the future. If he's 4 years younger than me, that's the future.
Yeah, true.
That's how 4-year younger people react to things. Therefore, if he reaches a certain level, he must also bring a younger person into the picture so that we study human beings of that time based on that person. So it's a continuous lesson of the future belongs to the youth. And the moment you shut new entry level people, it just ends the prosperity of the company. So, and that's how I also wish to have my organization structured, that we have most youth into the
beautiful
into
stuff.
The play,
lovely.
And just have those fine minds as observers and supervisors. And another part is that you end up learning that not everyone deserves a full-time permanent position.
Okay.
There are people that you'll just hire for a certain event.
Okay.
And they burn out.
Okay.
And like it's one of those sacrifices you make, and it's all based on how much we can produce from an individual.
Okay. Yeah. I like the fact that you managed to turn his mindset and showed him like your vision, because when you start, you think other people are here to sort of like have fun as you are having fun, but obviously you're on a serious journey, and the testing part too, that's also quite interesting. I like how you use small increments or small activities to test us your employees, and now that's quite smart. At the moment, how do you go about advertising yourself? Do you use social media? Do you use radio, newspapers?
Just because of COVID, our business, Umpago, took a great knock. But I was like, this is a business. This is a brand that has built itself. And it exists. I just need to package it properly and look for new interest of taking it to the next level.
Okay.
And not so long ago, I was speaking into another grade 11, grade 12 group. And luckily, the guy who was also a speaker after me, like, felt my energy and was like, I have something in store to actually ride that wave of your business. Because currently we are deliberating on it. And it boils back to you expressing yourself in each and every platform that you are given. That don't forget what you are doing. I can be here to speak about the journey, but if I don't say what I'm doing, people will always wonder, what does this guy do? So most of the businesses that I run, I keep them at a low marketing cost, because marketing can be really expensive. And looking at the capacity we have, we can only advertise to a certain extent. And that's why most of our marketing is going through social media. Social media and word of mouth. Word of mouth comes in many different forms. Treat the very customer that you're dealing with to the highest order. He or she will
equal
make
levels.
Two references of some sort. Then that's business.
And I like when you talk about customers. There's a jeweler in the United States. He does like all the jewelers for this rap artists and everything, and he's got a VIP what do you call it? Not Uber, but it's like luxury. I'll say luxury transportation. So they sort of like collect you and give you VIP experience. And then one of the employees there says, regardless whether you are a celebrity or whatever, we treat you with equal respect. We treat you with, everything is equal here. There isn't that you are T-Pain or you're Usher or whatever. You know what I mean? You have that, we have that thing that this is what we do. It serves across the board. And I think that in terms of like how it can contribute in terms of like word of mouth, if somebody's treated quite well, they are most likely to tell.
To return.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
And even return business.
What I'm going to ask you now, I think it's something that you might have mentioned already along our podcast so far. But I think it'd be nice just to give some key points to what I'm going to ask you now as well. What are the key attributes that you can say in your life, in your journey, have led to your success now?
Key attributes.
It
is to trust myself, man. Like just believe that what occupies my mind is for the better good. Because before I even came to university, I told you that I was doing commerce. But now, being around people who are familiar with the university space, having siblings, I didn't have that privilege of knowing the after high school life of myself. Until I started selling lollipops. So I was pushing my lollipops in class, whereby I would check coast, maybe 5 people
are looking for some.
Then I'll fold them, list the names, and everybody was going to take theirs, put their $1
and comes back to you.
Then it comes back. So it was an underground world that I only could see. So that's the privilege of it. I was like, that's how my gut feel looks in real life. It represents that movement of that lollipop packet and back to me. It doesn't matter if that person is looking at the teacher doing their homework or copying or whatever. What I see is the most important thing.
You know one thing, there are big companies in this world that have started in different and crazy places. Facebook guy in a dome, Amazon some garage, Windows I think in a garage too, and I'm getting a feel your one started in a classroom.
My story is really based on school.
I
think I really dropped out and dropped in.
Okay.
I dropped out of school and dropped into business. Yeah. So when I started seeing that movement, there was this one time, I remember it was a Friday.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for my friends outside Checkers shopping center.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these tills, man.
Yeah.
Hey. These tills are full, and I wonder who actually runs this thing.
Yeah.
Then I started searching because I saw the movement, and it resonated with my lollipops moving all around the classroom.
Yes.
I started developing things like, so that the teller's salary can be paid by that customer she is currently serving now.
Yeah.
What about the other
customer coming on top
tomorrow,
of that? Yes.
Tomorrow, the day after, the whole month. I'm like, I want to be that guy. Then when I started searching, I found out that he did his BCom and I'm not sure if he was a CA. Ackermans. I'm like, I want to be that guy. So in a way that helped me to propel myself to university.
Yes.
So when I started learning on how to be a chartered accountant, it was directed by that guy. And looking at the options I had, I was like, oh, this is how I can get there without even paying the fees. Let me apply for this bursary and just put the hours behind the books. And that's how I got myself into university. And it just emphasizes on trusting my gut feel and just doing that I really feel inside is the right thing to do.
The one thing I'm learning from you, and I think a bit of advice as well, is it's when you want to succeed in something, and I see that you had the hunger.
Yeah.
You literally had the hunger. It's beyond crazy, because to have that vision, to see something and completely turn it around from what I see. I walk in shop, right? I'm like, man, I have to pay. It costs me, and then man, you know what? And you know what I mean? There's long lines. It's end of the month. I'm like, not again. You know what I mean?
Out here looking at.
But you seeing lines, and you're like, 1 rand, 2 rand, 3 rand. Times 30, times 365, times 500,000. Oh my goodness. And I mean, so one key thing in life is you need to, how I'm reading it from my point of view, and for those who want to use it as well, you need to invest a lot of time in yourself and learning the particular skill.
Yeah.
It's fine details that make you succeed and fail.
And it's mainly like obsession.
Yeah, very true.
It's like that girlfriend you keep on
obsessed about. Yeah.
Every time she puts a book, you put your book under her book. You're like, you are investing in research and development. You are learning the character of the person you want to spend your life with, but you're unaware. But the moment you become aware of it, it becomes so nice and more deliberate. You start seeing more signs that speak unto that thing. Some people can refer to it as the law of attraction, but there are others that are just saying you are being in tune with what you want.
And one thing is, you have literally put your whole entire soul into business. That's it. You didn't have like, maybe if this doesn't work, you know what, I'm gonna be a driver, or mama, you know what, be a teacher. You had your entire mindset and soul in one pot.
Yeah, it was clear, but one cannot like safely say that this is what I want. Because I was also good with writing in Zulu. Like when they used to read my essays in class, like you'll find that there's a deeper level. So entrepreneurship to me has presented itself with this wonderful thing. It can also introduce me to the spiritual realm of things, because now I'm tapping into a zone of creators, and that space is no ordinary space. You see, so it's taking me throughout all of these levels, and I'm just feeling home.
No. So now you have a bright future ahead of you, man. You have,
thanks, man.
like,
thanks.
it's incredible and it's actually quite exciting to hear youth with such mindsets, with such beliefs, with such courage, and pushing the limits, pushing that bar that not many young people have done, and looking at us people of color, obviously where we come from, and like really, because the one thing is that no one is gonna give it to you, young MA says, where I come from, I don't know, ask for it, like in terms of the crown, I take it, so you've got to really put your foot down, and if you're serious about what you want to do, there's a lot of advice, there's a lot of, I mean, the internet is crazy, there's things everywhere, so for those who are really interested in building, I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but you gotta dig deep. So you have quite a stream of income coming in your direction, in your business that you're running at the moment. What are your future goals in terms of businesses that you are running at the moment?
Being an entrepreneur is a calling to solve problems.
Okay.
So long as I am in a position whereby there's a lot of incompetency taking place, a lot of problems being caused by people, and some come naturally. My businesses can take any form. But currently I'm in control of what I am currently doing. Because when the COVID came, the visionary capacity in me was like, money won't run out, but food will run out. There will be a point whereby everybody's in their houses and there's no production for food. Therefore, I had to respond to that. And when I went home, I started a garden. I was like, no, man.
Oh, I see.
I feel this and I see it coming. So there's that element of obsession that comes with a certain forecast. And just trying to solve that problem. So now a part of me wants to be a farmer. A part of me wants a vast amount of land.
I see.
So all of these problems that come and me solving them, they just keep on steering my direction of life to greater heights. Because now I don't look at Umpago as the only business, and I don't want anyone like to ring fence me into that. You're the muffin guy, right? Like, don't tell me about. I'm like, I'm not the muffin guy. Like, I can be anything. Like,
true.
Yeah,
very
so
true.
Anything that I am really passionate about doing, I will do. And most importantly, investing in youth. There are a lot of things that I want to do back at home, but of course, they need me to save myself first before I can
progress forward.
And invest properly into changing those lives. But the sad thing is that there will be that lost generation whereby the solution that I'll bring 10 years later, a generation that existed during that 10 years won't have that luxury of actually gaining it. But that's how life is. And I just have to accept that I'll just invest in this business that I have, and when the time is ready, I'll import on those kids whatever I have in mind, and it will just change things from there.
One thing I like about your mindset is you tend to find solutions in problems, which is really brilliant to have. Some people, when a problem arises, you die with it. Like, you know what?
You cry.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just it's very key, and it's man,
It's beautiful.
it's beautiful stuff, man. You know, it's beautiful stuff. You don't have to answer this question, but if you want to, you can. And I'm asking this question because there's as we are running 9K5, the stuff we come across them. And we tend to ask ourselves, do we have to do it, or do we want to do it, or do we, you know what, cut them out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever turned down clients? Or this, like, for particular reason, like, me, you know what, this client I can't work with because, or whatever the reason it could be.
Yeah. That's part and parcel of every journey.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever turned down a friendship request?
Fair enough.
Into a girl's perspective, have you ever turned down a boyfriend proposal?
Fair enough.
It's a matter of aligning who you want to be.
Yeah.
And if that person doesn't represent anything of those,
true.
they can easily pose themselves as distraction.
Yeah.
I remember there was this time when I was still operating Upago on campus.
Yeah.
These politically affiliated individuals might be like, yo, bro, we have a budget in a certain society that is worth this much.
Yeah.
How about you just issue out an invoice and just bring a few of these things?
I see.
And we'll just split whatever figure
we get.
Based on that.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you for like showing who you are very soon, because with the rate you are going in that political sphere, you are going to be something in the political space.
Yeah.
Therefore, if I could only be exposed to you when you're already in parliament and my business is a multi-billion rand business, that transaction that we were going to do then was just going to dissolve this whole thing that I've been building for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So by you bringing this kind of proposal early, it just showed me what type of a customer are you.
Yeah.
And it's again up to me to say, bro, I'm building a business. I'm playing the long game. And in the long game, I can't afford to have certain transactions happening under my name.
Untrustworthy, as we can say. Yeah.
Because no matter how much is that, it's hard building a brand, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard building who I am
True.
and the characters that I stand for.
Yeah.
Because we live in a world that can just change in a split second.
Solid.
And if you are governed by the poverty of your stomach, all of those decisions can be just swerved in that direction because you're trying to feed yourself, not knowing that you shouldn't worry not about the future, for the future has its own worries.
I like that a lot, mate.
And that comes, man. It just comes.
No,
if you're hungry now, just know that tomorrow you're gonna
I like that you had like
meet that proper customer who values you for what you do.
Well, beautiful, man. You got such strong integrity and you held to it and it's working out for you. Oh man. Yeah. Now, lovely story. So, what I'm learning is you don't have to fall into everything because you want to probably fill your pockets or you're hungry for something. Sometimes it's about sticking to your vision and sticking to your plan or your strategy. Because I think along the way there are gonna be stones and sticks that
and traps.
They trap, and if some of the traps you get in, you are dead. You know, some of the traps you get in, obviously it's sometimes it's a life lesson, but we learn as we go along. Mate, as we conclude our podcast today, you know, I don't know if you have a lot more to say, but I think we literally have filled our audience with a handful of stuff as a young entrepreneur. For those who know you, will be excited to see you on 9K5 Studio. And
Shout
thank you
out.
so much for sharing. You know what I mean? And it's really inspiring to see a young um, youth, doing well in life. That's what we are about here in NK5 Studio. We're about building up that connection of different people from different genres,
Yeah.
giving you the platform to express yourself. If you have that business, come to us and then we can assist you in whatever we can, whether it's photography, videography, podcast, or sound recording, whatever the
Yeah.
case might be. We are kind of like building that platform, especially for the PE community, where a lot of us are kind of like doing things for ourselves and we kind of like putting in that directions. So we're trying to like rejoin that. In a nutshell, can you give our audience, even ourselves or even myself, because I want to be an entrepreneur, any advice to starting a business?
To starting a business.
Starting a business, or even those who are in businesses, what could they keep doing, to carry on? For those maybe like, maybe my business might close, in a month's time. And I know you might not have the solution for that, but
Yeah.
maybe it's all in the mindset that they need to just tweak something and carry on.
The advice I have with me is that just to emphasize on what I had said earlier, let's study the characters that have did it before us. Because trust me, brothers and sisters, there's nothing new under the earth.
Yeah.
All that you see is a produce of what already exists.
Yeah, has been done.
And if it collapses, it will go back into its original form or any form that is part of the world too, and somebody can use as a kickstart.
Yeah.
Value networks, and the best way to value a network is to make yourself valuable.
Yeah.
In a value chain, if you are not contributing to that value chain, it will automatically kick you out.
Yeah.
If you are not of use, you'll be regarded as useless and waste.
Yeah.
Therefore, you'll be cut out. So in whatever that we are trying to do, let's invest time.
Yeah.
And time in a form of doing something like learning, putting yourself up, setting yourself up for success. And it's not bad to expect, but don't sit down and just wait for things
to come.
To come. And another part is that if we try by all means to stop the future, it's going to come hard on us. Let's embrace it because it's coming. And innovation and innovators are the people who change the future. So there's no great force coming from outside to change the world, but it's the very same ideas we currently have in our minds that are going to bring the world to where we want it to be. So if we don't execute, there will be no future. We're going to be in the same position and maybe like going down. And another part is that nature will always try to replace us. It will always fill that void if we don't act. If you see a gap, take that as a message from God or whatever superior being you believe in, saying, yo, this is your bread. You're gonna eat from this. When you're facing this problem, hey, bring a solution to life and package that solution into a sellable product. Yes, business comes from mainly Western culture. Let's loosen up and expose ourselves to that culture and learn.
Get involved.
Yes, and it's going to be a beautiful end product because we come from a background whereby making alcohol was seen as a gesture of just
pleasure and cultural
helping at the funeral, digging graves was just seen as support. But now you find in the world that those guys who end up doing those jobs are at the lowest of the economy level.
Yes.
They are just a matter of converting that service into a business, and they become prosperous too.
Yeah, true.
And let's value each other. If you see that I'm contributing positively to whatever you need, show me that you value me and put money on me.
Yeah.
And man, like it's like that, man. Like we are all visionaries. Trust me. We are all gifted. We are all the chosen ones. I think that's have been kept a secret for the longest of time. But better are those. No, Chief, we are amongst those. And for so long as we are alive, we are still given some fuel to actually execute on whatever ideas you have for the world.
Very true.
Yeah.
Beautiful said, man. Beautiful said. That's it from 9K5 Studio. We brought you the young millionaire to come. I'm telling you, in the making. This was 9K5 Studio. Peace. Thanks so much, man.
Away, King. Thank you very much.
Hey.